Welcome to another InWheelTime podcast.
This is the world's favorite place to go for fun, intrigue, and informative car talk. It's the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Today coming to you from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex restaurant in Katy, Texas. We got a full house here today. We've got to be close to 100 cars here. It's really good.
Yeah.
We ran across another hitchhiker, and he's waiting to talk to us. Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines, which I haven't done any of. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Thank you very much. This car show, Cruise In, is actually a donation site for Toys for Tots and Houston Children's Charity. So bring an unwrapped toy, give it to them. You'll get a little ticket, and take that ticket inside and get yourself a breakfast taco for free.
Oh, they also have beverages.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yummy beverages. Yum. Here, let me see. Yes.
V8.
Good
V8.
ice cold water.
It's a car show, so you got to drink V8.
V8.
Not V6 or a turbo. You got to, go right. Well, it might be turboed. Splash a turbo.
You ought
V8.
to know it's turboed. You're drinking one too.
I know it. I'm calling mine Buick.
You do that. There was some. Oh, I wanted to give you some of the headlines that I've got, but before I do that, I want to also give you the recalls. Okay, Tesla recalling 2,431 ugly Cybertruck electric pickups in the U.S. A loss of drive power could increase the risk of a crash. Oh, Martha, it's not going. This is the sixth recall of the polarizing truck in the U.S. this year. A fault in the drive inverter in Cybertrucks manufactured between November 6th, 2023 and July 30th of this year could cause the part to stop producing torque when the driver uses the accelerator pedal. In other words, it ain't going nowhere, resulting in a loss of propulsion and increasing the risk of a collision.
Poor Aunt Martha.
GM recalling 461,839.1 diesel engine vehicles due to a faulty transmission control valve. The defect can lead to wear and tear, resulting in a gradual loss of pressure and a temporary wheel lockup, increasing the risk of a crash. The recall affects the following vehicles: 20 to 22 Chevy Silverado, 1,500, 2,500, 3,500. GMC Sierra, 1,500, 2,500, 3,500. 21 Cadillac Escalade.
What?
Escalade ESV.
No.
Chevy Suburban, Tahoe, and GMC Yukon and Yukon XL models equipped with the diesel engines. More recalls. Chevy Bolt EUV and EV 2022, 2020 to 2022. High voltage battery may catch fire. No big deal.
Barbecue.
Instrument cluster display and function errors in the Mazda CX-70 and CX-90 for 25 and 24 to 25 models, which I just had recently.
Yep.
And I will review that next weekend, and you'll stay tuned for some hate.
Can't wait.
Improper software can cause a loss of drive power in the Mazda CX-70 and CX-90, 25, 24 model years. Engine may not restart after the auto engine stop on the Mazda CX-90.
Oh, man.
That's the one that I had. A loss of drive power in the EV mode in the Mazda CX-70. You got a Mazda, you're screwed. CX-70 and CX-90 for 2024. I think there's a problem there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how can you continue to do that?
I don't know. Volkswagen Beetle, Beetle convertible, and Volkswagen Passat. 2006 through 2017, or in the Beetle's version through 19, driver's side front airbag inflator may explode.
Oh, no.
If you haven't taken care of those things, you really need to do that. If you know somebody that hasn't sent their car back to the dealership to get fixed, please encourage them to do that and not drive it. People get killed. It's no big deal. I'll take care of it next month. Martha will take care of that for me. No, you need to take care of it yourself.
Or why are you always letting me drive?
Consumer commended Consumer Reports commended the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, for holding Ford Motor Company accountable for failing to recall vehicles with defective rear-view cameras in a timely manner and for providing incomplete and inaccurate recall information in violation of the National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act. The consent order issued by NHTSA includes both monetary and non-monetary provisions aimed at improving Ford's compliance and federal safety requirements. The civil penalty issued, totaling $165 million, is the second largest civil penalty in NHTSA's history.
That sounds like a vendor deal.
Shame, shame, shame.
You get one vendor to do it all for everybody.
Shame on you. Who sang that song?
I don't know.
Shame, shame, shame.
Well, it wasn't you.
Shame
that's for sure.
on you. I was going to say Martha, but it's not Martha and the Vandellas.
It's
No.
Big Martha.
No, I
Big
like
Martha.
Martha.
And the Vandellas?
It wasn't her.
You know what he did? I don't know what he did with this money for singing lessons.
I don't know either.
Who did that?
I don't know.
Are you ready?
Now he's gonna
No,
Google
I'm
it.
not. You're just going to have to hold on because I'm going to find out who sang Shame, 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 Shame on You.
I think it was Hart.
Elliman?
No, it wasn't Hart.
Elliman?
It's not Eminem.
Elliman. Wait just a minute. Who sang
He'll be all right.
Shame, Shame, Shame?
If anybody
He'll be
out there knows,
That would be
Send an
Shirley
email.
and Company from 1975.
I knew that.
David
See,
said
there's
that.
something worthless information you
David
didn't know
said that. He
today.
didn't have his mic on.
That we needed to know.
Yeah, you
He's a-
should know this.
he's a
you're
fountain of worthless information.
yeah. Well, you're the big music man.
You're the radio guy.
You're the radio guy, Mr. Radio Music Man. What? I can't hear you.
He's not that old, he said.
You are that old. What year were you born, David?
1985.
Are you serious? You liar.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got kids older
He
than
made
you.
that crap up.
Yeah. Yeah, he just tries to act
Can we get
young.
another round?
Yeah, that's exactly what we need. All right, Mr. Morris, your turn.
Don, just for you.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Just for you. This is Mr. Patrick Lindquist.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He has, and I'm surprised you haven't sniffed it out yet, the light blue 1971 Delta 88 convertible with a white interior in it.
Oh, man.
And I'm going to let him tell you about the rest of this car that he's had for 40
Well, why don't you
rest
ask
of
him
the
some
story.
specific questions, Mr. Morris? That
Well,
would be
I
a
was-
way to go.
'cause I'm still addressing you.
There you go.
No,
Patrick.
you're trying to lay your job onto him.
So you mentioned you've had this car for a little while.
Yes, 40 years.
40 years.
My wife and I had our first date in that car.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Put this microphone a little bit closer. There you go.
Perfect.
There you go. And he's got Hot Rod Tour stickers all over it. Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
got an
stickers.
auto-
Were you,
Around
on,
the
you
shirt?
know, I thought you looked familiar. And I thought, oh, I've
Yeah.
seen you somewhere.
Yeah, I've been 3 times.
So
have
have I.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you made any changes to the car, or is it still all stock?
It's pretty much stock. It had a bench seat in it. I took it out and put a set of buckets and a console.
But wait a minute. You just got through telling me that your wife's first date with you was in that car.
Yes.
With the
Did it
bench
have
seat.
the bench seat in it then?
Yes.
And you've taken that out and replaced it with buckets
Yes.
because you got tired of the wife and didn't want to have her sitting
No.
next to you?
No, not at all. I just
Yeah, I wouldn't say that
wanted
either.
to change it. I've always wanted it with bucket seats in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
They quit putting bucket seats in those cars in the early late 60s.
so the car didn't come with buckets and buckets weren't available
No.
for the car.
No.
So you robbed some car for those buckets
62 old Starfire.
There you go. Starfire.
and they fit.
Well, yeah, they
They
did.
do now.
They do now.
Yeah.
And the console had the Starfires in it.
Did you have to modify the floor or anything?
No, I just built brackets.
There you
Got
go.
you. Nice.
Man,
That's
it
what
looks,
it takes
looks
sometimes.
really nice. You know,
I can
all
imagine.
white. You're gonna have to go over there and look at it. You'll appreciate it.
How's that convertible top working?
It's got the scissor top in it, and there's a guy here in town that knows how to put them in.
Yeah.
But I had it all completely rebuilt and all new bushings and everything. And so I took the frame to him and the top, and he put it all back in the car.
That's cool.
Because I just had it repainted and all the body work. And a funny story, we found a new in the box rear quarter panel for it.
A new in the box, new old stock.
New old stock. It cost me more to ship it than it cost to buy it.
Oh, wow.
I guess there wasn't too big of a high demand for it. Now, was that quarter panel on the convertible different than the sedan?
It was, but it was the guy that did the work for me. He was able to make it work. He didn't take the whole quarter panel off. He just
Pieced it up.
cut out all the rust. It had a
Nice.
lot of rust.
Did a great job because I was looking down the side of it and I
Yeah.
thought it was all original sheet
Yeah.
metal.
This guy.
So it did have rust. Is it not an original Houston car? Or
It was originally sold in Midland, Texas,
yeah.
Berg Oldsmobile,
Okay.
and that's where I'm from.
Okay. And it's got rust. Well, I guess it's not too surprising because, rust mitigation really didn't exist back then. And it depends on, the high humidity and that sort of stuff as to once it starts, it ain't going to stop.
That's right.
Well, and
Yeah.
when you get like the snow and salt is what
Midland,
deteriorates.
Odessa doesn't
Well,
get a
No,
lot
I'm
of
just saying
snow.
that,
No.
but they do get some snow every now and then.
A little
but
bit.
snow is not the factor. It's all the other garbage they put in there, the salts and all the
The chemicals
that they put down on the road. That's what does the
Thank
rust.
you to the highway department.
Yeah.
If you look at any 71 through 76 B-bodied cars, they all rust around the back wheels.
Yeah.
And I
Does it have that chrome strip around the wheel opening?
a small one. It's kind of on the inside of it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep. It doesn't fold out to the outside of it, but it's on the inside.
Yeah.
Holds moisture.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But
It's interesting because, when they designed those cars back in the day, they didn't think that way. Because if you remember correctly, and I worked for a Chevrolet dealer in 1969, 69, 70, that they put window molding around it, trapped all of the water
Yep.
all of the time. If you washed it, set it outside in the rain, didn't make any difference. It was underneath there.
Right.
And that 66 Corvair that I had, that was its major problem, was that chrome trim around the window that trapped the water in there between the window and the actual body itself. Mm-hmm. And it'll eat it up. Yeah. And I guess when you had it repainted, I guess you had it all.
everything was fixed. It's
Yeah.
all metal. No Bondo.
That's good.
And then
Yeah.
they invented Z-Bart.
Z-Bart. I remember Z-Bart.
Yeah.
Does that still exist?
It's in some form. It's called undercoating now.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a different name. I think
Yeah.
that franchise is gone, but
Yeah,
there's
they
a
probably
different
bought
one.
them out. But that's what they used to spray in there.
Yeah.
Take the moldings off.
Drill
and-
holes.
Yep. And then plug it.
The guy that actually painted the car, when he had it apart, he sprayed it, that type of stuff, everywhere he could spray
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And he's
Well, it
pretty,
does that, and it also helps make it quieter
And
you know,
heavier.
heavier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now they got the mats. You
Now,
can
how
put the
about that
mats in.
motor that's in there?
It's original 455 with 153,000 miles on it.
And it's never been apart?
No.
How cool is that?
I'll rephrase that. It's had a timing chain and gear put in
Well,
it.
that's
That-
part for the course.
Yeah.
I took it apart when I was redoing it, and I put chrome valve covers on it, and you could literally eat off the inside of the engine.
Wow.
And this was maybe 6,000 miles ago. It's
Nice.
It's really a nice car.
Well, that
Yeah.
comes with having it for the last 40 years and taking care of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Changing the oil.
150,000 miles in 40 years is not a lot of miles.
So what did you pay for it back 40 years ago?
I think I paid about
I was
$3,000.
going to say.
It's a lot of money 40
Right.
years ago.
I got that car. We had a restaurant in Midland, Texas, and we had some friends, two ladies that owned that car, and they bought that car new to throw a rural paper route.
Convertible.
One of them would sit in the back seat, and they would fill the newspapers up to about here, and then they would throw,
Sure.
and that top stayed down all the time. Of course, if you ever been in West Texas, there's no humidity. It never
Right.
rains. But they came in the restaurant. I was always teasing them, say, bring it up to me sometime and let me wash it and wax it for you. and I'll drive it for the weekend. Well, they came in one time, and they said, if you get a minute, come see me and see us. And I sat down with them, and they pushed the keys over to me. And I said, does it need a wash job? And they said, no, we want you to have that car.
Wow.
They gave it to you?
No, they didn't give it to me.
Not quite.
They told me I could pay for it any way I wanted to, but they wanted me to have that car.
Well, obviously,
That's
it
awesome.
went to the perfect owner.
Yeah. It's been a great car.
So and then that's when you met your wife.
Not
After
too
that.
long, a couple of years after that, yeah. Yeah. There's a couple more between there, but
Couple of wives.
no.
Oh,
No.
just checking. Just
Ladies.
checking.
Ladies.
I got you.
But it's got the polycast wheels on it that were an upgrade for 71 and 72 Delta 88s.
They look kind of like a honeycomb, like you might, kind of like a bigger honeycomb that were on the Pontiacs.
Pontiacs, yeah.
Right.
Is it 8 lug or 5 lug?
5.
5 lug.
Yeah.
You're
I think the
you're thinking of
Pontiacs.
Pontiac, yeah.
The Pontiacs had the 8
8
lugs,
lug.
I think. Yeah. Well, it's great talking to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You got a
and,
name for that car? You call it anything?
As a matter of fact, the two ladies that I bought the car from,
those are the ones that fought over you.
right? All my friends that knew them, we all called them the ladies, and so my wife named it the Lady. And so that's its name. So.
And I
Cool.
assume that
That
it
works.
spends all these days in the garage unless you bring it to an event like
Exactly.
this. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you
Very
live in the
nice.
area here?
Down in close to Sugarland, Meadows Place.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
You're down by us, yeah.
Yeah.
So he just spends all his time with the lady.
Yeah. We just took it on we just did the Veterans Day run in Bastrop. And
Yep.
a little over 300 miles on it, trouble-free miles. So.
And you've been on the Hot Rod Tour of Texas, so you obviously drive it.
Oh, yeah. I drive it all the time. Not as a daily, but
So you going this year on the Hot Rod Tour?
I am. Yeah.
Well, once again, I think that we're going to go. Although,
We're anxiously
have we been invited?
I can get you
I
invited.
have been.
Yeah,
I've
we've been invited, but we're waiting to hear where it's going to be. He keeps saying he's coming our direction this year.
But
'Cause
that
we do a
doesn't
broadcast
That doesn't
from it.
make any difference whether or not we're invited.
Well, no. I was just trying to make a segue into telling more about the event. They're not ready to come on the air and announce it. They're still working on plans.
Well, no,
No.
because it's too early.
Yeah, they won't do that till after the
I was
first.
going to say.
Yeah.
Well, I keep asking them
Good
Why
times.
would they
Those
tell
good
you?
times.
to keep me from bugging them.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just get it from Patrick. Patrick, let us know what's going on.
There you go.
Patrick Lindquist, thank you very much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Okay, appreciate it. Okay. Hey, the InWheelTime Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Load it.
Thank you.
Did I say that? I say iHeart? I did, didn't I? Through the InWheelTime app. The InWheelTime app. We're not on iHeart anymore. They screwed us over, and we said, okay, we're out. So through the InWheelTime app, download it to your mobile device today if you haven't already. We
never
also
going
video
back on.
stream our Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com.
Yeah.
Podcasts from your favorite podcast provider. You can also find us on our new broadcast partner, Audacy Radio. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupe's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont is on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Is your car ready for that all-important holiday road trip? Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday, December 7th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV and find out what it'll take to get that thing looking new again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the road trip to Aunt Mary's. She'll want that good-looking ride in her driveway, I promise. Put it on your calendar. The Gulf Coast Auto Shield Holiday Car Social and Road Trip Get Ready. Saturday, December 7th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show will be there too. We'll see you then.
InWheelTime continues our fall tour, Gulf Coast Auto Shield, December 7th. We hope you stop by the InWheelTime remote broadcast booth.
The booth.
Is it, would you call this the booth? Would you call it a booth?
It's a radio booth.
It's a radio booth. There you go.
It's not like a photo booth.
It could be. It could be a photo booth.
Or a phone booth.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of go to the Fox for your photos. Remember? Fox Photo. Go to the Fox.
Kathy used to be in one of those satellite places in the parking lot. That's where she
Parking
started.
lot, usually at the grocery store or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
And then she went into a home Furrow. Was it? No. Was it
Handy
Furrow?
Dan.
Handy Dan, yeah.
Was it Handy Dan?
Handy Dan. And then she went from there to Academy for 37 years.
Yeah. All right.
Nice. Which
By the
should
way,
be here.
next weekend we're back in the studio. Will you be
What?
glad?
I was taking off next week.
You know, as long as we have nice weather like this, remotes are great.
We could just set up in the driveway.
But I will tell you, it takes us a full 2 hours to get everything all set up. It's a long time. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It
But
is.
it's worth it.
We just don't fold it up into a little case and just do this. Mars had to go out and buy a truck to haul all this stuff around.
I thought she was coming to get us another round.
I know.
Could be. Guess not.
Okay. You want to do the racing calendar?
Good. I got
You
it
want
right
to do
here.
auto history?
Well, Mike's got to do auto history. I could plug it in, but it wouldn't be worth it.
All right. Well, let's do the
racing-
race calendar.
racing,
Sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you, Texas Muscle Car Challenge.
Muscle
NASCAR
Car Club Challenge.
Thank you for that. Muscle Car Club Challenge. All right. Thanks to Joey Logano being the champion of NASCAR Penske livery. So good for them.
That's the yellow car.
Yellow
right?
number 22. And
Pennzoil?
Pennzoil. Penske's won everything in every event this past year, IMSA and all that.
Does
all
that
good
surprise
stuff.
you?
No. NHRA. In-N-Out Burger NHRA Finals in Pomona.
Well, so Pomona got rained out yesterday.
Yep.
I think they got top fuel in.
Yep.
I think they got top fuel in for the first round of qualifying.
And we'll
qualifying.
see how that goes. I mean,
Yeah.
weather related and all that good stuff. It might run into Monday. We don't know. And then the last one we have is, of course, Formula One. They are in Las Vegas Street Circuit. It's the Heineken Las Vegas Grand Prix.
The
Heineken, and I think their trophy is like a giant stein. I don't know. I think you might drink out of it, or no. I'm just kidding. I made that up. But it's going on right now. It's in Las Vegas, and I thought maybe Las Vegas would learn a lesson from last year because people were not happy.
But they signed a multi-year contract.
That's
They gotta
their
do
problem.
it. Well,
I mean, the
know.
people that live around there and have to work and everyday stuff.
Well, they closed
It's a-
down all the streets.
Yep, and you can't get around, and there's nastiness and all kinds of stuff beyond the normal Las Vegas stuff. So
My wife watches all the morning shows, and she came in there one day and told me that they were on whoever they were talking to, Good Morning America, whatever. They were in Las Vegas, and Visit Las Vegas took them around for a week, showing them all around about the race and all the things that were going to happen and all this other stuff. So they're really pushing the tourism to come to Las Vegas to watch this race.
yeah, and they lost money.
You know that as much as I like automobile racing, I would not go to that. The problem is, as a spectator, and it's actually that way at the Circuit of the Americas. It's a road course.
Yeah.
You're only going to watch a couple of turns in a straightaway
if
somewhere.
that. Well, when I had it here in
And that's what I was
Houston,
telling
the same
her, that when we went to the Coda for a couple of broadcasts, we could be on that straightaway, but that's all we could see. You couldn't see anything else anywhere else. And the people in the bleachers across from us, that's all they could see.
Correct.
So it's not
The Indy 500. Oh, let's go to the Indy 500. I've been to the Indy 500. It's great. Love going. It's great to be there in the presence of
ambiance,
all of
experience
that.
it, yeah.
The problem is the best that you can do, 2 turns and 1 straightaway.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
One of my girls went up to Texas Motorplex and to
Well,
watch a
that's-
NASCAR race, and they got down low. They wanted seats down
Oh,
low.
no.
And she got there, and that's all they could see was the blur. They couldn't see nothing.
Right. No, as a matter of fact, one of my first NASCAR races that I went to was in Talladega. That's a 2 2/3 mile course. So you can imagine the backstretch is way over there. So I got the highest seat I could get.
Dega, baby.
And I could see everything.
Really?
But you had to have binoculars to see the cars going around. They came by every 60 seconds or something, but still, you got to sit. You got to sit a ways away to see that.
Yeah.
The biggest mistake I made one year is I went there and sat in turn 4. Well, here they come all the way around in that 33-degree banking at Talladega, and they're hauling buns. Okay,
Donkey.
They're doing at this particular time they were doing over 200 miles an hour. Your eyes cannot see a car going by at 200 miles an hour. It's a blur.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've always heard.
Michigan International Speedway, my brother-in-law Jerry was a photographer in the Navy, and he used to get media passes like you all do for different things. And this was back at Michigan International where they had the holes cut in the fence for the cameraman.
Yep.
To spin the camera as they went
okay.
by. Now it's all electronic and all the other stuff that you do. But we were looking through one of these. Gordon Johncock was doing 210 miles an hour coming at us and just blew us back. It was the most amazing thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. It was we were in the camera at the time, and watching it and taking our pictures, and it was just amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's too fast for the human eye to keep up with when you're watching. You can see it coming at you, but it reaches a point where it turns into a blur as it goes past you. Then you can see it going away.
Yeah.
But in that split second or two,
It's like the Doppler effect, but it's in vision.
Mr. Mars,
Yes, sir.
I've been holding a little feature that you have
Is that what you guys are calling
to
it?
this segment.
At his age.
Wait a minute. Is it really the time that I'm looking at here? We ain't got time for this.
No, we
Ain't nobody got time for this.
Ain't got no time. But we do have time to tell you to bring a toy unwrapped, get a breakfast taco, or you can donate cash.
Yeah.
Still got time, yeah. Beautiful
so
day.
It's Toys for Tots and Houston Children's Charity, and they're taking toys, and they give you a little ticket to go in there and get yourself a free breakfast taco. So,
ticket.
yeah. I've done some news headlines. I got a couple I want to get in this hour. Business review website Yelp recently bought Repair Pal as it explores expanding its automotive services offerings. The purchase price for Repair Pal, which provides auto repair locations and maintenance estimates, was $80 million in cash. The deal, announced November 7th, expected to close by the end of the year. Advance Auto Parts said it will close more than 500 stores by the middle of next year and cut some jobs under a restructuring effort as demand for vehicle parts takes a hit from fewer consumers opting to repair their own cars. The company posted a third-quarter net loss from continuing operations of $25.3 million compared with a loss of $74.1 million during the same period last year.
Holy smokes.
They're in some deep doo-doo there.
Well, if you think about it, they're getting so complicated. You got to have a computer to even hook onto it. To
you
figure
can
out what's
only
wrong
sell
with
so many batteries.
Yeah.
it. Exactly.
Either that or they want to be like Nissan.
If I were going to buy auto parts, and I've tried them all, Advance,
Pep Boys,
all
O'Reilly.
of those, the one that is more professional and that I've always bought parts from, it used to be Hilo or Charlie's, is now O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I go in there, I can always usually find what I need, and if they don't have it, they'll have it tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, well,
they used to turn brake drums. They had a little machine shop set up. They used to do all kinds of things.
before I bought my Buick, the guy down the street used to work on my car for me, little incidental things, and he used to use Rock Auto. He used to do everything online.
You
So
know,
that's where it's going.
I don't have a problem with Rock Auto except for the fact that, it's good, better, best with them. And if you want to buy just the good, you're going to get some Chinese stuff that doesn't necessarily work.
But that's the way it's going.
I
Well,
know.
and usually whenever I'm working on something, I mean, a mass flow sensor the other day for one of the kids' cars, I don't want to wait 2 days to get it. You know, I'm going to go down and find whoever's got it in stock
Yeah.
or can get it for me tomorrow,
Yeah.
and that's where I'm going to
Find
go.
somebody to do
You're
it for
going
you.
down.
Get it.
Downtown, brother. You're going downtown.
Julie Brown.
Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address, info@InWheelTime.com. Time now for a quick break. You are on the InWheelTime Car Talk Show, streaming and podcasting around the planet. Look for us on your favorite podcast provider.
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbeau, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Greenridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
Hey, Houston, it's back! America's greatest hot rod tradition is Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, trucks, and muscle cars. Don't miss the Evel Knievel Tribute, the Megamorph, Transforming Robot Car, Lowrider Showcase. Meet Catherine Bach from Dukes of Hazzard, hip-hop legend Flava Flav, Farm Truck and Asian from Street Outlaws. Autorama, Thanksgiving weekend. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts, part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
That's it for this podcast episode of the InWheelTime Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.